Quick warning before this video starts, this video does contain spoilers for X-Men Apocalypse and Marvel's Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, whatever you want to call it. So please, if you have not seen either of those movies yet, click away and go watch those now. But if you want to watch the video anyway, proceed with caution. I'm just warning you now. Again, if you haven't seen either movie, I suggest you stop watching. But, if you want to, go ahead. You have been warned. What's going on, my Orange Troopers? My name is Orange Rocket Plays /VA, and today I'm here with a Marvel theory, with Marvel's Avengers Infinity War now out, and I saw the movie and it was wonderful. I wanted to do a video about who would win between Thanos and Apocalypse, the X-Men and the Avengers being my favorite superhero teams, but while researching their abilities, appearances, original comic lines, I found that the two had an almost terrifying amount of similarities. And so I kind of ended up with this weird theory of thinking maybe they're brothers. And I know that sounds crazy right now, but allow me to present you with some of the evidence. And before this video gets underway, here's the evidence that the Avengers and the X-Men are in the same universe. So none of that, it's not canon BS. So the first odd similarity I found between the two is that both are mutants. It is very clearly stated in Thanos' comic line that he is a mutant. He is a mutated Titan. He's not a normal Titan. He is a mutant. And that irks me because Apocalypse looks so similar to him. They have similar body types, they have similar facial structure, and they even have similar abilities. And that makes me just think that somehow, one way or another, Apocalypse is related to Thanos in some way. Now, I'm not at all trying to prove that they are literally brothers. There's never going to be canonical evidence of that unless, they make it a storyline later down the road in the comics or maybe even in the MCU if they want to bring Wolverine from the X-Men universe into Infinity War or whatever. But in my personal opinion, I do feel that these two are related in some way. I think it is entirely possible that Apocalypse could be a mutated Titan as well, just like Thanos. And you have to admit that the resemblance between them is uncanny, and I know that could just be a designer choice, but if we apply real-life science, typically in nature, when two things look alike, they are related in some form, in some way. So these two definitely have something going on here, and I feel like Marvel is conscious of leaving in details like this, especially with the MCU going on. Here I have a brief summary of a lot of the things that make Apocalypse. And basically the brief summary, the short of it, is that he is considered to be God, much like how Thanos was considered to be a god with the Infinity Gauntlet, and he also has disciples that he considers to be his children, very similar to the children of Thanos, as well as he has the ability to turn people into dust, a la Thanos style. So, that's pretty incriminating evidence right there. They have similar abilities, they look alike, they have similar tactics, they have similar ideals of what family is and what children are. It's pretty incriminating evidence right there. And as we know, clearly, these definitely are things that Thanos shares with Apocalypse. Also, quick little side note, I am using my own knowledge of Thanos and Apocalypse from their movies, X-Men Apocalypse and Marvel Infinity War, but I'm also using a lot of the evidence from the official Marvel website and the Marvel Wiki, but I am using the official Marvel Wiki, not the fanon one, the one that's actually made and supported by the creators of Marvel, the one that they consider canon. I'm not using any unofficial sources. I'm not using any of the uncanon comic lines or any of the uncanon fan speculations or theories or calculations in this theory. This is all based in my own knowledge of the Marvel Universe, so if I get anything wrong, please excuse that, and please correct me in the comments down below. I might make a part 2 explaining how I got it wrong. And finally, the most incriminating evidence that I think really puts the nail in the coffin of this theory: Thanos has several relatives. Cousins, brothers, a father, a mother, but the most incriminating evidence of all, the only known relative of Apocalypse is an adoptive father. And it is entirely possible that Apocalypse has no idea who his real parents are. And I know many of you are thinking, well, those of you that are unfamiliar with the comic line of Thanos' backstory, his mother absolutely hated that he was a mutant and wanted to get rid of him. She wanted to kill him and throw him aside, but the father wouldn't allow her. And it seems that if they are related, throwing away Apocalypse is not something she'd think twice about. She would not be able to handle or fathom giving birth to another hideous mutant. She'd get rid of him for sure. Maybe even without the father's knowledge. But if she never changed her thoughts or feelings about Thanos, then it's definitely possible that she threw away Apocalypse too, if she is indeed his mother. And that's really dark. But I guess that's why both of them are such messed up characters. Thanos stuck around and got neglected and outright mocked for being different, as to where Apocalypse just straight up was thrown away like garbage. It's no wonder that they're both so angry at the universe. After all, what mother could love such hideous mutations, right? From her words exactly. Oh, man, this got depressing pretty quick, huh? Jeez. Whew, man. But yeah, to wrap up this theory, sorry for hitting you in the feels, here's my final piece of evidence. This is a picture of the Marvel Original Sin comic line, which is about one of the Watchmen getting killed and everyone trying to figure out who did it. I recommend reading it. I haven't even finished reading it yet. But they openly tease that Thanos and Apocalypse are extremely similar in the cover of this series. So they're completely aware of it themselves. And I feel like with how popular Thanos and Apocalypse have become as of recent, with the recent ending of the X-Men cinematic universe with Logan and the recent rebirth of the Avengers cinematic universe with Infinity War, that it is entirely possible that they'd cross over these two at some point in the future. In fact, I'm surprised that they haven't yet. I did a lot of research for this episode to see if they had any interactions, geez, I can't speak, to see if they had some sort of sibling rivalry or jealousy of one another, but they actually have never interacted. And I feel like that would make for a perfect kind of like reuniting twins that were separated at birth. It would be a perfect long lost brothers story arc, you know, that would really humanize both characters and maybe give both of them a different perspective on the Marvel universe. Or then again, it is also entirely possible that they would just encourage each other and kill everybody. So yeah, and believe me, if I could tell you anything from the scar on Thanos' face and the scar across Apocalypse's chest, they would kill Wolverine first. So my final verdict for this theory is we may never get a full, exact answer from Marvel Studios on the matter, but I believe that it's entirely possible that there's more to this connection than they're leading on, and I like to believe that even if they aren't brothers, in some way, Thanos and Apocalypse are definitely related. Yeah, I stand by that. But anyway, at the end of the day, regardless of if you agree with my theory or not, you have to admit that these are some of the coolest villains in all of comic history. I mean, they would be like either rivals or best friends. Jesus, these two are crazy similar. They'd either hate each other or love each other. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This is just my little citrus solution. Actually, I really like that. All right, from now on, these are called citrus solutions. When I have a theory, the final verdict is called the citrus solution. My God, that's awesome! It's the best orange pun I've made ever. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below, and let me know if you'd like to see more theory videos like this. And I hope the editing's good. This is the first time I've ever gone all out editing something like this, and I hope it looks nice. I spent so long in Photoshop trying to make all this crap look good. I really hope that I didn't just offend your eyes. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, my Orange Troopers. I love you guys, and peace.